Hello and welcome to A Wheel Thing TV. I'm Dave Knoll. In this week's episode we're checking out the 2016 Subaru Outback. It's pretty obvious that the Outback is based on the Liberty wagon, and of course with the redesign comes a far prettier car in my opinion than the previous model. Of main importance has been the reshaping of the headlights. They don't have this droopy eagle eye sort of shape and too far along here. A restyling of the nose cone, and of course a little bit of the under bumper in profile, a little bit different. Some of the points here are a little bit different in regards to the way the sheet metal joins together, but around the back it certainly links in nicely to the sedan. There's an increasing number of cars that will have this particular feature bolted into them. Good old power tailgates. Now, the only downside about this particular vehicle is that you can't really do it manually. It needs to be done electronically. But it does have a nice and extremely simple to use button just there. And it really is as simple as that. Another obvious feature of the Outback is the increased ride height, and of course all the extra plastic sheeting that you'll get on the car, around on the wheel arches, down on the bottom of the car. We've got this nicely chrome strip with Outback embossed into it, and of course round the front with the driving lights. Very tidy looking car indeed. Some fairly chunky Bridgestone rubber as well. 225 by 60 sitting on those gorgeous 18-inch alloy rims. Subaru's revamped and tidied up interior with a slightly unusual shape, I have to say, to the way that the dash comes into the door. It's a 90-degree angle. I would like to see a bit more of a curve coming off here, for example. It's a sort of brushed gunmetal trim that we've got. Some hill descent controls, locking four-wheel drive button, but a very, very beautiful looking dash indeed. And of course, a little bit of extra sunlight, never goes astray. Can't beat a good sunroof, can you? Underway on the road, the Outback does have a reasonable amount of urgency, especially when you go into the full SI mode that is available via the switches on the steering wheel. A nice little rumble from the exhaust. The brakes, though, leave a little bit to be desired in the actual pedal feel as such, in that you'll press down and there's a little bit of travel and a little bit of nothing happening before the brakes actually start to bite, compared to some other cars where you actually feel as that they're working as soon as you do put your foot onto the pedal. Outside of that, very easy steering. It's light, it's well weighted. There's no real feel of understeer or anything like that, as you'd expect from an all-wheel drive system in this particular car. It's overall a very enjoyable driving experience, and it really is all about the driver. Very easy to use interface that Subaru have put into their system. Map, audio, telephone, all the other little bits and pieces that you can use. Goes through, very easy to set up. Screen, general split screen, so you can actually have two different setups, you know, on here. Works fantastically well, and all done by a very, very light press of the button. Heated seating on either side. Again, this way too small clock interface that they haven't put in. This looks really great and lights up with a nice soft red glow at night, and the seats do heat up quite nicely. No problems in that respect. 3.6 litre horizontally opposed 6-cylinder in the Outback in this particular case. Does come with a 2.5 and a 2 litre diesel, of course. Averaging around 8.5 litres of petrol for every 100 kilometres covered. 191 kilowatts at 6,000 RPM. And a not inconsiderable 350 newton meters of torque at around 4,000 RPM. And the way that it's geared to drive, we're sitting on about 100 kilometers an hour at the moment, sitting just over 2,000 RPM with this 6-speed constant variable transmission. So certainly a very usable and driver-friendly package from the 3.6 in the high-end Outback. Subaru's iSight and S-Drive system changes the electronic mapping of the engine, so you have different shift points with the CVT gearbox, the 3.6 litre Boxer 6 that this car's got, and of course you've got your stereoscopic cameras, right and left eyes, and also ties in nicely with your lane avoidance, your lane changing. It tells you if you've managed to change lanes without using an indicator, and it will beep up on the screen. Beautiful full colour LED backlit screen here with the LCD lighting, and that's a lovely blue lighting around the outside of the dials here as well. And of course, very, very tidy. It's a nice chunky feel to the steering wheel. It's not too thin, not too thick. You know, it's the old Cinderella, I beg your pardon, Goldilocks scenario where it's just nice and right. And of course, audio information available just here with some information flicks also done just on the back of there, and take you through, giving you a good range of information. As you can see, there's our drive changes there that you can flick through and get all your different ways of controlling the car. On the road, the Outback, very sure-footed, very firm on the ride as you'd expect. Enough initial compliance to give you some good luxury ride. It doesn't intrude too much in the cabin, and it's actually fairly quiet out on the road as well. I would like to see, in one respect, I guess, a return to a traditional automatic for this car. The CVT just seems to hold it back in regards to the acceleration off the line. It just doesn't seem to have that grunt that you'd expect from an engine of this particular calibre. But outside of that, beautiful fit and finish as you would expect from Subaru. The 2016 range selling its backside off and doing great things for Subaru here in Australia. Really looking forward to seeing what will happen sales-wise for the rest of the year in 2015, taking us into next year. For Wheel Thing TV, I'm Dave Knoll.